Good day, good love, good light, illuminators and way showers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is once again in divine grace and gratitude that we join you today for these expressions and light languages on these Wednesdays with Wendy and Bree and Dave as we expand and share with you our experiences, our how we express light language, how we share it with the world, how we love hearing from all of you, your experiences with light languages. Are you speaking them? Are you toning? Are you singing? Are you drawing, painting? Are you exploring it? Is it something you're interested in? Is it something that you're already doing and want to share with the world and maybe you haven't before? Perhaps you'd like to start your own YouTube channel and want to know how we did it. If you would like to join us here in the Zoom room, you're free to do so. We'll give you the instructions on how to do that here in just a moment. So I wanted to thank all of you for being here. Thanks so much, everyone, for patiently waiting for us. Wow, I'm so excited to see all of you out there. So I wanted to say hi, first of all, to Bree. Thanks there for being with us again today. And hey, Dolores, it's good to see you again too, dear.
Hey.
And thanks, Dave, for being here today. And this beautiful sunny day here in South Florida. We're in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. So if you guys are here in the area and you'd like to come visit or do private sessions with us or oracle card readings, let me know. And you can check me out on my website and just give me a contact and let us know where you're at. And it's something I'm really excited about doing. So, and Bree and I, for those of you who didn't know, did our very first light language live event with people in a hotel. And it was a weekend boy, a weekend we'll never forget, life altering. And it brought me here and it's really expanded us in many ways. So one of the things that we like to share is our lives, our day-to-day stuff, what it is, how we navigate, what does all this stuff mean? This multidimensionality, and how does it help us navigate in our 3D world? And how does it make us better? How does it help us create the worlds, the lives we want? So with that said, I wanted to first thank everybody out there who's watching and waiting, and I'm so excited to see everybody. So, hey, Beverly, and Dolores is already in here, and I wanted to say hey to Jan. Come on. Somebody's excited for us to start. And Lauren, oh my God. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren from France. So good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. And I know you're out there doing wonderful work yourself. It is such a joy to once again be in your energy and to know that it was only yesterday, but so long ago that we got to meet. And I'm so excited that you're still out there doing your wonderful light language work and your healing. So thanks to all of you. And Beverly says she's watching the moon glowing pinks and yellows. It's beautiful. So we gather here from all over the world, and we do like to create the space for all of you to ask questions, share your information, let us know maybe what information that you have and how are you speaking light languages or any form, hand signing, singing. We invite the space to have a joyful place for all of us to expand and express ourselves in ways that maybe we've never been able to before together. And if you're new to this information, a lot of things we talk about are light codes, and so that comes through a myriad of different ways. And so we talk about this idea of light codes and symbols and sacred scripts and geometry and crystals and oracle cards and all of these things that bring this information through to us. But in these gatherings, we really focus on how does light language and all of its nuances and all of its, how are each of us guided to alchemize them in our own lives and apply them. So thanks to all of you for being out there watching. And Bree, if you want to, thanks again for being here to help moderate and to join the room. So if you'd like to let everybody say hi and let everybody know how they can join in today, that would be awesome. And introduce yourself. And
Great. Okay. Wonderful. Hi, everybody. You can join in the room today with us in the Zoom room by going to Wendy's website, languagesoflights.com. And on her blog page, we post every week information about the events that we're doing. So for this week, you can click on February 5th and go down to the bottom of the post and just click on the participation link if you want to join in with your video and audio, or phone call only options are there as well, just for audio. So, and you don't have to turn your video on or even your audio. You can just type in the room with us. You can hang out. This is a space for us to talk about all of these things that we're going through with spiritual awakening, as we call it, ascension, and activating our gifts and abilities that are natural to us, because we are all born with these incredible capabilities that we're only beginning to remember and find out about again as a human civilization, as an entire society. It's very exciting what's happening, and we can all be a part of it by helping each other and talking about it. And that's what we do here. So I'm going to pass it back to you, Wendy. And where would you like to begin for today? We have Dolores in the room.
Hey, Dolores.
So you said hi to Dolores.
Hey, hello.
The link's on my website, on my blog page. If you guys want to hop in the Zoom room and join in, that'd be great. And it's always good to see all of you. And I love how we talk about this a lot, how when we started this also back in June of last year, how part of it was an opportunity for all of us to have some sort of a continuity together, and to week by week share our experiences and remember each other. And I love how you all interact with each other in the YouTube chat. So please do feel free to ask us questions, share your information, your knowledge, and let us know how we can be more of service to you. And for those of you who are new to this and me and my channel, you can find a little bit about my story, how I kind of woke up, on my languagesoflights.com website, and the services that I offer, and all of this and all of the videos that I've done on my channel are free to everybody, free to watch and learn and expand. And I thank all of you who take the time to watch our videos. And I wanted to thank all of you over the last few days too, who have sent your love and your comments, the last couple of videos that we've made. It's been a little while since I've been making a transition in my own life. So it's been a little while since I've actually had the opportunity to make any videos. So it's been a lot of fun expanding that and having a cameraman of my own and not having to always hold the camera and prop it up someplace precariously. So I'm expanding in ways that I'm able to bring this information to all of you, and to expand the energies of a new experiences, new physical spaces, and with new places, new faces as well. And one of the things that we love doing here is sharing real stuff. You know, what happens in our real lives, and how do we navigate all of this, and what is it that we're doing in our real lives, that how does it tie into all this, and what does light languages have to do with all of that? So we had a really interesting time these last couple of weeks exploring. And if you guys are familiar with my channel, we did a video just this week, and the remembering of how all of this is all tied together, and how when we're in nature and I heard with information, when we're out there with the information that's being brought to us through nature and the trees and the elements. In my experience over these last 5 years being on YouTube and having sharing my journeys with all of you in all of these different places and spaces, it offers us all from all over the world to experience things we might not otherwise. And so I wanted to thank all of you for your wonderful comments on the videos that we've made this week, and to those of you who recognize that we're in new spaces, and to those of you who have been sending me your love, your support, your comments on whether it's in the videos, whether it's personally. And if there's anything that I can do to help you guys, you can always find me on my website, and you can contact me through there. And so I'm always delighted to interact with all of you in every way that I can. And we're me, Bree, Dave, all of you guys all of us are working in ways to expand. Hey, Beverly, it's good to see you. Ways to expand how we can reach each other, how we can help each other, even if it's just to say, I'm not crazy. And so if you're new to light languages and you're like, what is this? Why is this? What's happening? That's one of the reasons why, one of the things that I like to do with people one-on-one, as well as in these gatherings, is to help people who maybe you're new to all this. You're not going crazy. This is something old, yet it's something new. It's like something old, but the wave of it, the new energy of it in this new age of Aquarius. And as we're approaching the spring equinox and the autumn equinox, depending on where you are on the planet, again, we're preparing again for a major shift. And I think many of us have been feeling that over the last few weeks. And I've seen many people posting about going through these major shifts and realizations. And one of the things I was excited about when I started my journey was when I started, actually, I've got a couple samples I was going to show you guys as far as writing symbols. And one of the things that I was introduced to, if you're new to my channel, and if you already are familiar with them, the sacred circuits from Sirius, these are in pencil, so they're a little hard to see. But one of the things that I wanted to invite you all to do today, which is something that I was guided to today that I haven't been in a little while. Now, this is number 11, which 11 is realized. Today's date equals 11. My birth path number is 11. It's a master vibration number. So with that said, we're invited to, and there's 11 people, it shows 11 people watching on YouTube. So that's funny. So with that 11 vibration, this master vibration, one of the things that I was guided to early on when I first discovered these symbols, and these are out there on the internet for you to find. You can just look up sacred circuits from Sirius or Bashar. You could be led, you can also see related information on bashar.org regarding these, channeled by Daryl Anka. However, today what I was guided to explore with all of you a little bit is regarding these symbols. And this is something that we don't necessarily get into in detail. So one of the things I wanted to explore with all of you today was the message that I got this morning was part of my initial awakening was because of these symbols. And at the initial onset of these being brought to our attention, we were given specific instructions on which ones to see for how many minutes a day. But over the years, we have been guided, those of us who have been guided to actually utilize these and use them and share with them with the public, there came a point when over the years, then as I would ask, how can I share these and what's the best way to share them with people? And it was really however you're guided. And so I wanted to share that with all of you too, regarding these symbols and things that you may see. You'll see a lot of them on Facebook now and Pinterest, and you'll see a lot of people now who are writing and sharing these symbols. And there's a lot of very interesting synchronicities with me with all of that. But yet with that said, what I was guided to today with respect to not just these symbols, which you guys can find on the internet, there's even YouTube videos of meditations with these symbols that you can utilize. However, the information I was receiving today is about how when we were first introduced to these, how Bashar guided us to use them, however we were inspired, and to even interact with them, to expand on them, to draw them, to look at them, to print them, to visualize them off the page. And so what I was guided to share with all of you today was a couple of things. One is, I will hold it up as best I can. I do not have a better version of this with me right now. So, but you can find these out there to see better. And I have a lot of videos, you guys, on my channel about these sacred circuits. So lots of really good activation videos about these circuits as well. And one of the things that they wanted me to share with you all today was if you don't have a pen and pencil with you now, you can do this later. You can come back to this timestamp on the video and take a look at the symbol or look it up. And what I was guided to all of you to do today is actually either draw it, if you don't have it in front of you, draw it in the air. Draw it like as if you're looking at it on my page. Draw it on a piece of paper. The reason is because it interacts with our synapses in our brain and our DNA, and it activates us differently when we actually physically draw something. So, and then when we're able to actually interact with it by visually seeing it come off the page and interacting with it, this is one of the things that they wanted me to encourage people to do with my symbols, as well as whoever that you're guided to. And so one of the things that recently I've been doing, and one of the reasons why, is because this particular one, Realize, is something that they wanted me to expand on today, because when we're doing these sorts of exercises with these permission slips, we're literally, and when, if you don't understand permission slip, it's something that we use, whether it's oracle cards, crystals, sun gazing, being in nature, meditation, yoga, whatever works for us, is a permission slip to become more of who we are, to explore more of that we are. And so when we give ourselves permission to do that, we're able to realize more fully things that we didn't see before. And when we realize something, we realize that we make real in our creation, we make real that which was not before. Because when we realize something, we have this epiphany, we have these aha moments. And when we have these aha moments, oh my God, everything changes. Everything we think we knew, or how we knew it, how we perceived it, then changes. And when that changes, everything that we create changes along with it. It just, that's how it works. So by utilizing this specific symbol, and being that it's to, and if we can even use the intention of, what is it that I need to realize? What is it that I need to make real in my life that I'm afraid to? What is it that I need to see? What is it that and if, even if we don't know, we say, okay, how do I open myself to new realizations? How do I then take that new realization and allow it to empower me in ways that it has never done before? And so to take these symbols and actually use them, and this is the very first thing, if you're new to my channel, this book that my journal, it's kind of my ascension journal, and I've got all kinds of really interesting notes and things in here, and things actually, channelings that I still need to transcribe that are several years old that I've never even really brought to the public. So I'm really excited about sharing those things as well. And so that was the first several pages are filled with these symbols, because it was one of the first things that I was excited to come across and to share in any way that I could. And I'm actually, I think, one of the few people who's actually really excited about sharing this information. So I realized by doing that I'm one of those people whose highest joy and excitement is to share that particular frequency. And so with these carry the frequency of Sirius, the Sirius star system. And the Sirius star system is the blue star. It is the symbol of service to humanity, as in the Canis Major star system. It's made up of several beings, physical and non-physical, different types of beings. And when we connect to, and it is the brightest star we can see from Earth. Sirius are our mentors. They helped us understand sacred geometry and explore the idea of energy and pyramids and all kinds of things that we are remembering, relearning, re-exploring. And so when we invite this energy and when we're using these symbols, we're also saying, I'm inviting this higher vibrational information to come through. And with that is this intention of it is my highest joy to, not just for myself, but to bring through higher vibrational energy, that we are all shifting this vibration, this higher human collective consciousness. And when we do this consciously and using the moon, the sun, when we're using the star systems, when we're using Sirius and these symbols, and actually then even I'm hearing right now too, to literally take this stuff outside with you, make it ceremonial, make it fun, make it explorative. Take the symbol, write it on a piece of paper, and burn it outside, bury it in the ground, do something fun with it. Tear it in little pieces and let it float away. Just, we need physicalness. We're beings, even though we're moving into a less physical density and becoming more crystalline beings, these allow us to do so. And I have found, and Dave as well, I have found surprisingly, actually, the power behind not just the intention, but a physical act of taking that intention one step further, and the realizations and the information and the connections that you're able to receive as a result. And this is why today, I think more than ever, I was guided. And for some reason, I keep hearing the equinox, and that there's again this shift, this major shift of consciousness, this wave of that we're all riding like surfing, and that somehow this information is a new wave of activation, if you will. So I was going to take a really quick drink of water here. Is there any questions or comments or anything that we need to address? Or
well, I just wanted to mention on your blog, Wendy, you had was that last year? I think that was at the end of last year. You made that post that is related to all of this, and I think it's really important to bring up here because you're talking about these sacred symbols from Sirius, and you're talking about their ability to affect our brain synapses and activate our DNA, and by drawing them, it has a different effect on us than just looking at them. And I think it's really important. So I'm trying to find the blog post here right now so that I can link this into, here it is. I can link it into the YouTube chat for guys to check this out if you have not. This is really interesting. It's Scripts of Light, channeled from the Lyran Syrian Council, Shikani Collective, and Speaker New, which Wendy has gone into in lots of videos. So you can check out her YouTube channel to see more. You can type in just Speaker New. Language is a light speaker. Yeah, and so I'm going to post this in the chat here. And I just think it's really fascinating because it helps us in terms of like activating our multidimensionality. There's a lot of different ways, all these different formats of light encoded information, whether we're listening to somebody speaking English, but they're bringing it through consciously, or it's light language, or looking at symbols. It all affects us and assists us in the way that it needs to, because these are conscious energies that we're dealing with. Like Reiki is the life force energy. It's conscious and it goes where it needs to. It does what it needs to for us.
That's a good point, Bree, that you made, because Reiki is something that a lot of people can relate to when it comes to symbols, because Reiki contains specific symbols. And as Reiki practitioners and teachers and masters, we understand that once you learn, absorb, understand the symbols, you no longer need to even draw them in the air anymore. We don't need to do that. We can, it manipulates the energy. I'm not saying that it doesn't. But what I'm saying is that we can take that leap now. And for those who are studying different forms of this idea of Reiki, Reiki was designed by Mikhail Asui and he said, I received this information from God to live a more harmonious life. And so, but we've understood more clearly over the decades that we're being guided to take it to another level. Galactic Reiki, angelic Reiki. We're alchemizing this idea of Reiki, but Reiki, as we know, is just a translation of universal energy. So with that said, we're receiving new symbols that are with the newer vibration of the new age of Aquarius, the idea that we no longer need to do it necessarily the old way. Okay, so there's this dual. Okay, so right first I'm saying draw them, right? Make them real, draw them. But the other side of this is we're also understanding that once we do that, like for example, now when in the middle of my day, I can go, oh, today equals number 11. Oh, that's realize. Oh, that's realize in the sacred circuits. I don't even need to look at the piece of paper anymore. I just know that that's what that is. And it brings me to the here and now. It brings me right here. And it reminds me that everything is accessible without the physical thing. But the physical thing, the permission slip, gives us the permission to realize that we don't need the thing, but we're still physical beings. And there's reasons that we use the physical stuff, and we have relics, and we were talking about that here, and we're going to talk about that a lot more often here about relics and how the power of that and the physical power that it has with us and the alchemization. But do you see how it's this interesting polarity, or maybe polarity is not the right word, but the idea that yes, using the physical, but understanding we're all the teachers of the next step, of the conscious intenders, conscious manifestors, conscious channeling, consciously bringing information, knowing that there is no separation between anything at all, and utilizing it differently, and understanding that these symbols that we're receiving, once we look at them, it's like something like when you realize something, we were talking about, I think today or yesterday, you can't unknow something. Once you know it, you can't unknow something, right? So once you know something, it changes how you act with everything, because same thing. So because it affects you differently. Now you think of it differently. With the idea of these symbols as well, it activates something within us that allows us to absorb the information at a higher accelerated frequential rate. And it's as if we then we're emitting it and using them and utilizing them in whatever the purpose was of the recipient, and how we're sharing it. And all of these things are intertwined, and it activates this ability within us to absorb this higher dimensional information, and it literally allows us to, it keeps happening, where once you know it, you can't unknow it. It continues to be something we can utilize. And so just like when we're out there in the world now practicing Reiki or galactic, angelic, all these different forms of Reiki now that we're understanding, we can take light languages and all these other things and alchemize them. But yet we realize we don't need to do it the old way necessarily, that we are so powerful now. We understand our power now to the point where we can send this out. These we don't even need to memorize them. We just need to send out that idea that however we're guided to do so, or is just interacting in our everyday world. We can't unknow. So we're walking through the world now with carrying these new light codes of information and data that allows us to interact with people. And it allows us to interact with other people in a way that activates their higher thinking, even if we're just having a day-to-day conversation. It's as if it helps other people, and we don't even need to have I need to heal this person. We're taking that leap now to say, I'm just doing it by proxy. I'm just doing it by walking through the world and understanding that once I look at this stuff, it becomes a part of me. And now I bring it out to the world, even just if I'm just having a conversation. But it allows us a different type of a conversation. It allows us to access things we couldn't access before. It allows us to access higher thought patterns that we couldn't even yesterday even think about. We wake up thinking, wow, is this so obvious? Why didn't I think of this before? A realization happens then. So all of this is tied into all of this, and and this is so I just started doing just a couple symbols right now. And funny, because I was looking at my purple pen, and you picked up my black one. Well, my black one's dead. It's not working. So it's empty. So back to the purple. So this brings up another thing in that if you're, and this goes with even, and I'm sure that Beck and Dolores can attest to this as well, that when you're drawing or using different colors, they're for specific reasons. And even the stuff Beck sent me something, was that yesterday, right? She sent, and she was saying that it looked like kind of like a burial ground. And it's interesting how different parts were in different colors. And so I'm often also guided when I'm doing these or drawing these to actually pick up and change colors of pens while on the fly while I'm doing it. It's because there's specific vibration behind the color. And then we talked about before how color can present itself through light language. Well, it's just light. So we can see light moving when we're moving and doing light languages. Hi, Nikki, good to see you again, doll. So when we're moving the energy with our hands, we can see it, and others can see the energy moving as well. So again, it's frequency, it's color. And we talked about this the other day about how our technology is allowing us to bring through orbital beings, higher dimensional frequencies. We can see things we could never see before. So all of this is all intertwined to the utilization of these symbols. But this also goes back to the beginning of reading ancient script, hieroglyphs, Sanskrit, Hebrew. All of this is at the beginning of language. And so as I'm writing these symbols, I'm not thinking them and drawing them, they're just coming. So even as I sit here now, and it's funny because I'm actually hearing, I need a drink of water. I'm hearing light languages in my head the whole time I'm talking right now. And it's as if I'm hearing the translation somehow, or the interpretation of the symbols that I'm drawing. So as I'm hearing them, so I'm actually drawing as I'm speaking. And that's really funny because I start speaking a different language every time Nikki comes in. My language changes every time she comes in. Every single time. It's like I can't help it. It's like it's nothing else will come out. So there's that, you guys. Go ahead, Nikki, go ahead.
They're kicking it up a notch.
Exactly. Nisaration varianto de vision ozava ajzove interes vision at the elezum unkoisha zianus variation ziva aisiana de vision to the yangai is a vision motivation sitani and vision on the avacosonete shus varianto evashona devla kosha visama eliavoko yashana se zivashanote. And it's funny, every time you come to a hangout too, Nikki, I swear to God, it's like I always know when you're at the hangout that I'm right in that we've got something big coming. That something big's brewing.
Well, it's interesting what you were just saying, because everything, I just came from another call just before you hit this, and it was all about how you were saying, you know, once you get past the writing, you're just constantly emitting things, and for people to realize that they're constantly emitting these codes wherever they go, just emanating that all the time. And I mean, it's just all the time, and that you don't have to be even physically, you know, writing it anymore. It's just like it's in the frequency, and sound and color are frequency. So, you know, that's how it becomes visible or heard, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist like on higher, you know, that it's beyond the human hearing and seeing range. And so we're also getting it on these other ranges that are beyond the seeing and hearing. And we're taking that in, and that would be the more telepathic range, where we're aware of things on other levels that called, you know, extrasensory or whatever. But, you know, as these faculties are turning on in everybody, it kicks it up to the next highest, you know, the higher octaves, that they're getting the information, which translates down here maybe to, oh, this hieroglyph or this color, but it's in the, you know, in the higher octave, it's pure frequency.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
And then we activate each other by being around each other, which is so fascinating. Like, because we're carrying these codes, and this is what is so amazing about coming together in a physical space, having a gathering where people can be around each other. It happens, I think, of course, through connecting online as well, but there's an extra element of like this alchemy of fields. And on that note, I would like to share this right now because I think it ties in and it's so freaking cool, because I think it's the first time it's ever being talked about or proven scientifically. The heart field is able to be measured now by these specific devices that they have, and HeartMath Institute is one of the companies who makes these devices and talks about this information. They have scientists who can explain this stuff, and it measures the electromagnetic field of the heart. And so this week on Monday, we had our teacher on Awake TV Network, Dr. Alan Schoen, who is up in British Columbia. He's one of the top veterinary and healthcare experts out there for holistic and integrative medicine. And he had Dr. Roland McCarty on his show on Monday, and they did an interview, and it's free, permanently free, available on Awake TV Network for viewing. I'll put the link in the YouTube chat here. But what's so fascinating is this is showing now what happens to a human and an animal when they come into proximity with each other, how their heart fields connect, and how that it can show the bond. It can actually show the physiological effects that our bodies go through, the beneficial effects of being around animals. And with big animals, they have bigger hearts, so they have larger electromagnetic fields, and therefore being around large animals like horses and stuff can be even more powerful for us for healing and stuff. That's why, like, the those ranches you can go to for healing with horses, like with therapy with them, can be really effective for some people. And it's just so amazing that this is now being proven scientifically, and this is all a part of it, right? So we're talking about like this non-physical field that we're coming into contact with, and this telepathic communication and everything. And they actually talked about animal communication on that show, telepathic communication, and it wasn't even supposed to be a part of the discussion. But as right at the beginning, he's like, oh, you're making me remember these times where these animals have known where I wanted to go or what I was going to do, because they were sharing the telepathy. And so this is all connected, and it brings me to, oh, I'm sorry, Wendy, you wanted to say something about that?
Oh, no, I was just going to say that
Oh, yeah.
it really, if you guys have been watching my channel for a little while now, my dog Ranger is 8 years old. My channel is 5 years old. So I wanted to say that, you know, we are guided to do certain things for certain reasons. And I thought it was kind of funny that how he came into my life and when he came into my life. And I believe my connection with him and our connection, my being in nature with him and walking and so forth, was paramount, probably even necessary for not just my awakening process, fully awakening process, but to open up my channeling abilities, light languages, because it opened my heart. It opened my heart in a way that had never been before. And Bree knows Ranger, and I mean, the bond between us and what I began to realize was, and I think many of you can relate to this, who have had, you know, animal companions, no matter what kind it is, that I know that we've been together in many lifetimes, and even as different types of animals. And so I could feel that timeless bond, not just here, but in all these other realities. And I've literally started to see him in his other forms in our other lives together as different types of animals, a deer, a lion, there's so many different things that I've even seen him. I've even called him my Sphinx. So, you know, so all of these interests. So when you said that about the heart, you know, communication, we know how we know people heal better. We know children do. We know people in the hospital do better when pets are brought in, whether it's their own or not. And so I truly believe that all hospitals should have accommodations for people's pets, because I think if you have to be in the hospital or apart from your pet for any length of time, that their accommodations should be made as if it was your own child. That is just how I feel about it, because the bond is that tight. And anybody who knows Ranger knows how he feels about being away from me.
Yeah, for sure. What's that, Nikki?
I know that at some hospitals, she takes her dogs. They're like the therapy dogs that go around to visit the patient.
Exactly.
And let them pet them.
I love that. I love that when people
everything
do that with their own dogs, and just out of the goodness of their hearts, make them train them to be therapy dogs to help other people just heal, to touch them. Touch. That's another thing, you guys, touch. And it's funny because when I very first met our mutual friend, Jacqueline Smith, that's her first book, Animal Communication. So she's an animal communicator, and so part of our ascension process is understanding that heart connection, that we telepathically connect. And it's funny because I even said the other day, because I said, Ranger can communicate with me so well, he might as well talk. And I had to laugh out loud, because the very first thing I heard in my head from my guides was, that is the reason, that's what it was. We were talking about movies and how when movies depict animals with little mouths, it makes me crazy, because it's like, please don't do that. Like, don't put human mouths and lips on animals, because it's not supposed to be that way. And so I'm thinking to myself, why do I feel so weird about that? And all of a sudden I hear in my head, like my higher mind saying to me, it's because you innately understand you're supposed to communicate with them telepathically, telepathically. You're supposed to feel them and hear them. You're not supposed to talk to them out loud. So this whole idea of wanting animals to talk, or it's not about that. It's about us learning how to talk to animals the way we're intended to, is through the heart mind. It's mind. Yeah. So very interesting, this conversation, how it went then.
And light language is a big part of this. We're learning that animals also send light language.
They do.
And has anybody in this room experienced that personally? And I'm talking, I mean, you know what I mean by
you ever talk to your, like my brother's dog.
Ranger responds in light language. He understands light language. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Go ahead, Nikki.
No, I'm asking, do you ever talk to your dog in light language? Because my brother's dog, sometimes I would just be whatever I was getting from them telepathically or whatever.
For physical healing. You guys, this is how we can use light language for our animal kingdom. We use it for healing. I use it for physical healing for him. I use it for emotional healing for him. I use it when he needs extra TLC. I talk to him in light language. I give him commands in light language. Maybe it's the tone of my voice. Maybe it isn't, but he knows exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, they feel, and another part of this too is the more that we expand our consciousness personally as pet owners, they are going through that at an accelerated rate as well. I mean, if it's happening on the planet to everyone and everything, because the Schumann resonance is rising and all the frequencies have to rise with it. And not to mention all the cosmic waves coming in and everything going on. But our animals are experiencing their consciousness expansion, and they are becoming, quote, smarter and more aware and more capable. And they also, let's add in here too, on this really cool topic. And if anyone else has something to say about any of this, please chime in, because it's fascinating. animals also are partners with us in manifestation processes, and we can work with them intentionally, consciously, with manifestation and co-creation of our desired realities.
That's a very excellent point, Bree. Yeah, anybody who wants to comment on this, just, you know, on mic or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anybody right now. So I did want to say, in addition to all of this, then, because Dolores is here in the room, switching gears a little bit, Dolores, I'm not sure if you're still there right now, but I saw that you did an interview with, I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to wait until I can see you, that you're back, because maybe you went off and did something and I'm not sure. So
I didn't know that she did an interview.
Yeah, she did an interview. So maybe she isn't there. I'll hold off on that. But right now, in the meantime, I think it might be a cool idea to start perhaps sharing some light languages together.
I was just going to say that I wanted to share some light languages, and I've been continuing on the scripts here just a little bit. I don't know how well you can see them, but so I've been continuing along on the scripts here, just moving right along. So I just as they come to me, I'm just creating them. So so when I'm done with them, you guys, I'll actually take a photo of them, and then I'll post them on the blog and on the Facebook page and stuff, so you guys can see them.
Wendy,
thank you, Wendy.
Wendy, you're telling me something about Kanu ve Sovino Mashona energetically. What else can you say about that?
Vishono tabi hama ila vishono tabi alemana ve antavia manante alakova la ebakona maka intava umaya ina vikata vishono tabi vishose si vishono violama la kadavia sono tria torva kosu si vishono male vishono tabi konama alaku vishono tabi asana se vishono tabi anta ivakuma. You know, it's funny, I don't watch the news at all anymore. Don't really turn on the radio or the television. And I really haven't been watching anything that's been going on at all. And yet we were out and about a day or two ago, and I kind of caught a glimpse of one of the televisions in the restaurant, and kind of got a glimpse of what was going on here in the United States politically. And the Vasho Novela, Navakota Vaishupa, I need to, you know, we kind of sort of sometimes set the pace for the world. And I've kind of been feeling this interesting energy going on right now. And then I know this goes in a whole new direction. But I'm feeling, as you were talking, that I'm feeling this human collective shift, and that it would only stand to reason, as I'm hearing, that a lot of what happens here in the U.S. has a lot to do with the entire human collective consciousness, because of the melting pot kind of idea of the United States, and that we sort of represent the entire world here, and all of its cultures and all of its languages. And it's this place where everyone and everything is represented. And somehow I feel that whatever's happening around here right now, and as we move into this side of, as we're in this year of 2020, clearer vision in our own political system, how it's you know, going to be shifting soon. Now we're going to be, and now I'm actually hearing too, we've got the spring equinox coming, and then you've got, and then I'm hearing the autumnal in the later months as linear time, as we know time, that there's again, and I feel it so deeply right now as I speak, that there's this major energetic wave, and again, we're even talking about maybe another one of these convergences where this major shift in the human collective energy in general between the two equinoxes, again, between the spring and fall. And so is avasholava samidava ki avashonatema ilaso zivashonateva antoya ivato. But I'm also hearing avashon mazuvesho, how we react globally to this, to all of this vishunavese. The way we react is going to be a gauge, a measure of mitaya from other higher collectives and councils that like they're watching to see how we all globally are reacting in this year to all of these things, and how do we react differently than we did before, and how is that going to take us on this new wave. And it really doesn't matter what happens, the details of the who's and the, but it's about the overall energy and how our whole consciousness, the way that we think is going to change. And then we as teachers and guides and way showers, I've been working with a lot of younger energies, in that this people in this age range, say under 40, let's say between 20 and 40 right now, this is a catalyst time for those in this age range, because these are the decision makers in every way, shape, and form of the next wave and what we do here today in these gatherings, and the information and the energy that we're bringing is also propelling, its fuel, it's a catalyst for higher truth, higher understanding, changing our judicial system, changing our education system, changing our medical system, and this is not just here in this country, but it's changing our whole mentality as a human collective. It's not just about one country. It's about how do we gather as one and begin to gather as one in a unity consciousness, law of one idea, that by serving our highest potential, this is the how we change the collective consciousness. And by giving permission to those or by embracing those who want these changes, we're ushering in this first major wave of energy. And I don't even know where, like, I haven't even consciously thought about any of this until like just this right now.
Is channeling and putting out there, participating in the higher grid system and all the practices of the higher grid system. Which is the shift in the paradigm from the old way of doing things, or the current way of doing things, to the more informed way of doing things.
That's a good way to put it, more informed.
Ilu ikimi isu istino maisho nimela kino nimela yutito vino mashune ilu anana matila la numi kana mosela yunuma wekene masu esane, and bringing in the information and the participation where we are working in the other realms and on all the councils we're on in other realms, and bringing that information and embodying that and putting those codes out here and actually living that here. So then when we were talking about, what you're putting out, it's your whole way of being that shifts. So you're emitting those codes, you're emitting those frequency, and the way you're behaving and practicing is being a representative of that energy. And also I was going to say before, if when talking about the different ways of communication, it's just of everybody being aware of there's so many different levels that we're all communicating on, and how we become more aware of these different channels of communication that are going on all the time. and beyond just maybe the spoken word or what you hear. The information from subtle symbols and things like that. But it's like there's everything, because everything is information. And it's how you are interpreting that information. And then, hold on, now you're telling me something else telepathically. Yeah. So ila ayunumikane, say something about, please. You're telling me to tell you, say something about, please. Yeah, that. Because we already know this other way of being, and it's about then now being that. Embodying that. Like you're doing here, modeling that to others. Until we all remember we all are that. And that becomes more commonplace, so to speak.
And I'm hearing too now, I'm looking down at my goddess Isis journal. So I wanted to, that's what I'm kind of drawing in right now. And a lot of powerful images in this book and in this journal. And as you were speaking, I noticed at the bottom of the page, it says, your thoughts, feelings, and inner world are changing. So too shall your outer world. And really, it's a simple reiteration of thoughts are things, what we realize becomes, what we believe we be and we live. And it's as if we are walking around with these codes that are helping really embed that idea into people, that, you know, we hear thoughts are things. If you change your thoughts, you change your world. But I don't think that we're actually absorbing the info and living it. We hear it conceptually, but how many of us are actually living it? And you know, I have to say that to the best of my ability, I'm living it. And even when I'm not, I'm being reminded to. So, and I appreciate that idea. So of opening to that energy and that. So excuse us, actually you can hear Ranger in the background. We've got a guest coming. So my apologies. So yeah, anybody, Nikki, anybody who would like to expand on some of this that we've been talking about. And again, for those of you who are wondering, like, what in the world are these two talking about? Sorry about Ranger. Energetically, we understand what each other are saying. So many people who may be listening or are new to this may be going, well, how do they know what they're saying to each other? Do we know word for word in our hearts, in our higher self? Yes, we do. Every single word, we understand what each other is saying. Do we need to interpret it and convey it in English? No, because you guys are picking up on the codes that you need and the tones and the way that we're speaking. Whatever you need, all of the data, the information that we all need is coming through it. So I'm hearing right now that either whoever's going to watch this or whoever's watching, maybe watching this now, who's going, what in the world are they doing? What are they talking about? Why are they able to have this conversation and not know, and why, what are they talking about? So I wanted to explain that one of the things that we do with light languages is we're able to actually hear each other without needing the words, without needing, so yeah, if you can, maybe somebody wants to even expand on that.
I've seen the comments. Can Beck be unmuted?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, hang on. I gotta see what I'm doing here.
Does she need to unmute herself?
She didn't hear him.
There.
Uh,
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
it was just when we was doing light language. I think that's it. It was a comment from ages ago, but yeah, I drew a symbol earlier on. Can you see it on there?
Oh, yes. Now, see, I feel like when I see that, it feels like, to me, I feel like I'm seeing like light language music or something like floating through,
I was going
like
to say, it
float
looks like a musical.
infinity or something.
Music, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
get
just kept getting that. I just kept getting the word supreme. So I don't know why.
Wait, say it again. You were getting what?
Yeah, I got supreme or supremacy or something like that when I did.
You should write
It was
that
right.
on there.
It was right at the beginning. I don't know how well you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it really well.
I painted this. You was on about waves and stuff before. I was painting this morning.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Is that like whales?
It's when I've just been looking at it from a different angle, and it's got like code in it. It looks like a water dragon, and then there's like, it's really difficult to show you on here, and I can't see what I'm showing you.
Really cool. No, we can see it. Yeah, hold it back a little bit towards you. Oh, that looks like a being's face too in the back. Is that a face? I see a face.
It changes. It's like it changes every time.
Yeah.
And I've done this huge painting, and it's got like a feeling of some kind of royal, like there's something really royal about it, but I can try and show it. It's massive. I'll try and show you. It's
We've been in
different.
this whole royal energy, and I think that when you said that about the sovereignty and I think that that's what this whole energy is for everybody. Is moving
I
into
just looked up.
Oh, look
I
at
just
that.
looked up supreme. Supreme has the meaning of that is above. So if we're connecting into the higher energies, so
That
that's
makes a lot of sense.
like
Oh,
and
wow.
exactly what I was saying about going to the higher octave. So yeah.
That's very grounding and
You see it?
yeah. And I can
In
see,
the middle of it was quite interesting.
oh, I can see the symbol in the middle too. Yeah.
But it just felt really royal, but
That does actually look really, well, it kind of reminds me of, it reminds me of British royalty.
it's like I kept getting through like true royalty. It was like, this is the feeling of the true sovereign royal. Yeah, I was just going to share some light language. That's the only reason I was commenting before. When you was on about animals though, my cat, when my cat found me, I never thought ever I'd have a pet, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. And he literally was a little kitten, and he run up and attached to my back, and I couldn't get him off, and ended up having to take him home. But he puts his head on my head and talks to me that way. But I've had a lot of animals do that.
I do that with Ranger. I put my head on his head. He's right here. He's telling me he's hungry.
You said earlier about waves of change and decisions and things coming through, and you said about you're not too sure. I think it was something like you're not too sure about how to bring it across, and I got a colour of lime green through, so I don't know what that means to you, but it was like lime green, which is kind of like what's on that painting, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it looks like that. That's funny too, because I have a dish of crystals here. That's
wow.
And it's filled with, I mean, it's literally filled with crystals. And oh, there was something in here I was going to show you. Oh, here it is. Oh, talk about royalty. Look. Oh my God. Okay, look. This has a crown on it.
Oh my word.
Keep calm and sparkle on. So, royalty and
I wanted to ask something, right? I was meditating the other day, and it felt really real. There was like this animal what come through, and it runs through my kitchen, and I thought it was a cat at first, because I weren't looking proper, and I turned around and it was this little pink thing, right, like a dusky pink kind of colour, and it kind of looked a cross between a gerbil and a pig, but it was really smooth and soft. And then it went on my foot, and it's like it got really scared, and it got really prickly and turned into this big prickly thing, this bright pink thing. And I just wanted to know if anyone had had any experiences like this, because it was quite unusual. I've got to be honest with you. And I was a bit like, oh my word, what's going on? Like, I've had things come through before, but it felt very sea creature like, but not in the other form. It was very small.
And it was in a meditation?
I was in meditation, but it was kind of more like I'd gone quite deep into it, so I was aware.
Well, the thing is that when we're going into meditation, we're accessing higher realms, other dimensions, other densities. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is what people use plant medicine to get to that point. They use, they use things to achieve at that level. And I was even joking with Dave about that I've never done anything like that because, like, hallucinogenics or anything, because I'm like, I already get the weirdest stuff happening. I'm like afraid to go. I'm like, why would I want to do that when I've got all this crap happening and all I got to do is close my eyes and meditate? So we can create our own DMT. We already do. It's natural. And we can increase that just by saying, I want to increase that. But just by us using these codes, writing this stuff, sharing light languages, all of us are accessing higher dimensions. So yes, you're literally tapping into a whole nother race of beings, if you will, a whole nother civilization. Now, the thing is, let's put this into just a little bit perspective. Okay, so we've got the earth, and you have all these different people on earth. And now you've got all these countries and all these different animals and all these different insects and all. So no matter where you go, now we can barely begin to comprehend or appreciate, living in different places in the world, all the different possible millions, probably trillions of beings that exist just on earth, right? And think of all the languages we speak on earth. Now think of all of the differences and the dialects within all of those languages. Now we all sit here in these hangouts and we go, well, I'm thinking I'm talking to this one and this one and this one. There's an infinite number of planets and densities and dimensions that you could be tapping into that could be hundreds of thousands of light years away. You could be tapping into a whole nother world that are talking to you back because you're their vibration in that moment, and they're showing you what they look like. They're showing you, or you're interpreting your version of what they look like based upon the information you're receiving. So now, then for us to say, can you see how limited our perspectives are when we even limit ourselves to saying Lyran, Arcturian, Syrian? Well, that's like saying I'm earthy.
Watch your words. Unlimited. Unlimited.
Exactly.
Unlimited.
So, so you can tell somebody on another planet, well, I'm human, or that I'm from Earth. Well, so are trillions of other things. So, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to define.
But we're redefining what that means right now. Like as we become more crystalline and the energies change, it's going to have to redefine everything as to what that means to be human,
Absolutely. And when we change the definition, we change everything. That's like, we all have agreed collectively to adhere to what we call the laws of physics. Now, these laws of physics really only apply for the most part here. Like the same laws do not apply other places because there are laws. So if we change the laws of physics, any of them, everything relative and related to those laws also changes. So,
well, that goes full circle back to that original symbol you were showing at the beginning, saying have a new perspective and see things differently.
exactly. So, and here, Animal Collective, we got our little feline being over here, Fletcher, and in Bree's arms, our big kitty cat.
So I was getting an activation through. Am I okay using my drum? Is everyone all right with that?
Sure, of course.
You sure?
That's one of the things that I want to encourage people to do is bring your music, bring your instruments, bring your stuff, bring your singing bowls, your drawings, all the things that you do, because light languages comes in all forms. And when we alchemize with instruments, we create something brand new. So yes, of course, go right ahead.
I think it's just going to start off with that, but like I'm being shown this color here. Can you see that color? That pink. So just feeling that I'm getting the cosmic heart through as well. So I'm just going to do a bit with this drum, and then it's about connecting with that color. Just short. I'll have to be quick with the drum because it's quite late here. I don't think my next door neighbours are going to be very happy. So the color before, if you can just imagine it, just around your body there's a mist, this beautiful hot pink, and it's all around your body. And if it feels right, allow it to come into your body as well. Just feeling that energy, just allow it to go to where it wants to. If it feels like it wants to be breathed in, connecting in with your heart center also, and through these chakras of the feet, feeling like a connection through to the cosmic earth. Ikarakato oceana ya mo sakarakoto oya ya shoyondo do ga asaka ai. Roto kate eshia tarakata ikambaro tekate esekarakashi te asa a o e a e a o he ka o e a roto o kara ai o rodo to o ta eka da a do de da ko do e a do ek o Uto he kuta ko orot tukut I keep getting notes through, which is that the cosmic mother note. Rokotoko aratok o ya o ya askoro de shit da asukro ekoto ya ekoto ya ekoto roto de ya tata de ya tata ya tata yo tata ya tata ya tata ya tata ya tata ya Getting a lot of luminous colours through as well. Neons. Petals. Lesa atuti jada zugo de shaya de rota di eshin da canto monto croclia sana sana koyas karikiash chikaraka to yashkar is to yashkar roti ke iskara koto koto di eshan darake to kurmant kraka as krukish karaka diskara to di esha daraka askara ke arakutu di kasha de mesna no tante yasa shientra Tekikstarudiash, Ayatuyaska, Kiashka, Arapotukia, the Atukoyaska, Daeshki, the Krukunt Krukomian, the Koshe, de Shakatu Uyika, Ika Kuyaska, Ikiasha, Dayasuko, Eke Karakoto, Yekaha, Kaha, Kia Hoyasa, Aisha.
Breathe.
Take a breath. Everybody take a breath.
Oh, it was intense.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm sweating.
Mi sukusi vanua shanave vo isetu iteneme itutitu itinatu kusivisa.
Upushea eu sei tukas anta e ma anta kutuba ajieta. Ore te so kore eka ta so kopiche etiasian to ko masnak an to ko peka ka ko ika. O ika ta kasa ko big o kia sa ko ata borte ke asa ko kutu yesha. Ro mama yan to te asa ba ai so kore ke e ta kutu kutu otu ga asa ga sha. On ba sa ka to ko on ba sa ko ko kia sa adodi e. Rotitea sukru mbasa krakuto oyeshe da sukrukuto o de shetika ata manada kunayam kurki ekato tesa tuku kosha ubasa ka odo ke unto into kaki kasa ka
Ni karanatya vano hemeleke. Ni hatya karavana hantyonoko. Hei kamara na hantya no kalarayo. Me mama wakato yoronoko. Nike yahora mahanataka. Heira mawahano koto. Heriana hate yaka. Enahana kitoravana hana. Leila Cleo Kitaranaha, Tina Hanna Vahana Keoraha, Emiena Emievahana, Nio Haramanaha Keti Karanahate, Elvahata Nayo Karanahana Nakata, Eye Kiataro, Eye Hala Anata, Eye Yahamatakara Ayana Hata. Ni vahato akar alariota ana, niketera aha amanate. Hero wahanyate kio arahamanataka. Lila hotoro, lila hamone, lila uranahatyana kataa. He vahatya ki horamananaka. Ehyata kiarana, ehatya aravanate. Nino karama mamatarane koto arayana. Tjera li harayanata. Tjera mahoramanata etoye. Etoye habhantiana karayaha. Ihla nayo, ihla vahane. Ihla koro anatanaha. Meyumanate vaihvata. Behero ara ane tekleriana. Mio, mahvane. Uttara hartana, mio vahyane klea eraha, yehita arana, yehikatarawa anne, nina koyo, nina keleea, nina karamahante. Uhyakia ara anatie koravana, miti hara klarayano. Ehme vaha, allahatora ke arana, ehme vahayana, ehme kietereheya. Nana kantaya, nana uvahe, viana mehoye, viana kioro anata. Limene nahayo, lime mahvanakata erhatana yaha. Yora yokoro ante, yokoro vahana, yokoro halla kelaye, kelo vahyane, kelo vahera, kelo viana ta'a. Umranate, umrahera, umrahantiano Qur'ane. Mishva shvataro, mishike atachana, tigre kroyana, urharana, urhaveja, urha mana kalarayante. Tih kanaya, tih urea, vera enta atarayanaka.
Hariana I hara ina nama alahani ada pa anda po noniama ile tavashona leviata inani atorukuma inani ashatoruku ne ashato semisite hi enamelava sevashono daviano no bayana ne atoroku shuso sevashono devi I kia parosho sevisina te inkia sola mia vashano so Minamiato va ki iti ana mala ala lukupolosho tadianda kitia ni inama lietoro sho sota intavaloso mi kiandara shia ni sala ilavo morokotereva ki tereshi sanate I samoro vashesete. Nikintia imala lia nunamala torovo kurameshe. Liva itaya nisana na yatorova kua shesete. La hina malakota revesha sa sena na balakota revesha no to paloma. La hina vala torova kotoria vashona sa antopala kuturoku. Mishanati jaravosate de kalandana. Mishaviandaria sacha kila ko yamana shote. La halakia sama sotikia shono savalano maku. E posono velano malapa shetaviano ma che tarvaso. Si possono diamala cotera sono male taravacoa la anama la cota vescono se veri chiaro sopa e shana se vita se vashona shevana tevana coloco mi stava shona se sono vai shana se. The biggest message I'm getting right now is that we use the word unlimited and unlimit ourselves, but we're really being asked to even redefine what that means in our minds, and that we again still are so there's so much more vastness and that we have accessibility to, and yet because we're human and we came here to experience separation and compartmentalization and labelization, that we're truly being asked to dissolve all of that on an even deeper, higher level now. And in light of the conversation that we were having just a little while ago about how one of the biggest questions I've always received from the very beginning of when I started speaking light languages, and I think one of the largest questions that everyone has of themselves is, who is this and what am I saying and where are you from? And we still do this. And even now, as I am hearing the Arcturians speaking to me, again, they're saying we're still so limited that, again, we can't even comprehend the vastness of our own planet, and we've barely begun to even tap it and scratch the surface about what we even know about our own Earth and our own planet and our own star systems, let alone other star systems. And yet there we are again trying to compartmentalize and label, and by doing so, again, we are limiting that which we are capable of accessing and understanding. And this, I believe, these light languages today have been, what I've been receiving is an amping up of that losing this idea of limitation and labelization and compartmentalization. And we're running out of acronyms, we're running out of labels, we're running out of ways to define that which we are in our world. And even the word itself, multidimensional, is becoming lost, and so we're right now we're just being asked to just be more open to listening and less worried about identification. Is kind of what I'm receiving right now. So just to kind of keep it simple. So and without we're kind of we're moving into the 2-hour mark here. So I did want to wrap up just a little bit and give everybody else the opportunity to make any final comments. I know Beverly hasn't talked yet today too, so I wanted to see if there was anything that she'd like to add as well. I just want to again thank everyone for being here. Nikki, as always, you're just an expansive being who every time I'm in your energy just makes me reach further and understand more, and I can hear, it's as if through the entire hangout, anytime we're together, it's as if I can hear us having this continuous conversation in another level, but it's constant. It's like this, we're having our very own conversation happening somewhere else while we're doing all of this too. So it's a very interesting feeling. And the reason why I want to share that with you guys is because we all get this stuff, but we don't say it out loud. And we want to say it out loud because this is one of the things we want to share with each other, is that experience of that's how I feel. And when I'm with you guys, I'm feeling these different things, and we interact with each other on so many different levels and so many different layers, and in our sleep, which is our real multidimensional time. And I often feel before these hangouts, which I've mentioned before, that we have already been having conversations before we met, like in the astral. So I always know without a shadow of a doubt, every single time Nikki comes in, that she and I have been working on something already, and that something's going on, and that we've been working on this stuff, and we're kind of now taking it and, how do I put it?
Well, I think we're all working on things, so many things we connect on higher realms. And so, but I love and I welcome and I appreciate anytime we can help each other be aware of what that is on this realm, so that we can become more consciously aware of what all we're doing and what we are capable of. And it's really cool when I meet people who are more multidimensionally aware, and they're like, oh yeah, I see this, and like, but you don't have those conversations with people who are not noticing those things, because they just don't, if they're not noticing that. So it's like, it's really great when you can come together with other people who are noticing those things, and we're like, oh yeah, we worked there, we're doing this now, and that you can feel, yeah, we are talking on, we have, it's multi-levels of communication simultaneously. But if I think it's about us becoming more consciously aware of that, so that we can release these limitations of like, oh, I'm just this little person who just does this and is just aware of this, and and so we can all become more aware of our bigger selves.
I actually, when Dolores was speaking, I was seeing all of us together in this big, and a lot of times I see us in circles, and I don't know if that's actually just a metaphor in my mind, or if it's actually the way we're physically sitting but when Dolores was speaking, I was getting this really interesting like download. It was like this big rush of divine feminine energy, like, and then I saw this vision of all of us like sitting together, doing something together in another realm. So again, it's not just like Nikki just said, it's not, we're all doing things together on different levels, multidimensionally right now. And so as each of you are speaking, I feel and see these visions of us doing these different things, but right now. All of us are right.
When Beck was speaking, at some point I heard something about that some of these were creation codes, and how, so that if we realize we are co-creating what we are envisioning on the higher realms, or what we are envisioning inside, it's these codes and the energies we're bringing it in to bring it into the physical. And it is a co-creation. It's between numerous beings now, so that it's all coming together like that. And then when we are here in this realm, like we're making ourselves aware of what we're sharing, or, bringing it in and helping ground that into this realm. So
I agree. And I even told Dave today that when I go into, certain sleep patterns and I'm sleeping longer, I notice that I'm there, I'm interacting more. Well, I don't know if I'm interacting more or just more aware of it, but it's almost as if I feel often that, even more strongly lately, that we meet before we meet here on Wednesday. Like we meet in the astral, and we have we're already reviewing our work together, working and it's almost as if then we come on Wednesdays to have like our, I don't know, like our follow-up meeting or something, I don't know. It's hard to explain. So
I know what you're talking about.
Very, very interesting for me. So yeah.
The main message which came to me this evening was, allow yourself to be to express, to create who you really are. Allow yourself to be free. As Vicky said, we are not that little person, not at all. Allow yourself to feel, to become aware who you really are. Allow yourself to express whatever you want to express. Allow yourself to be who you really are. Overcome that illusion or that believing that you are your body, that you are small, that you are not capable of anything you want to create. Overcome that illusion and become aware who you really are. Allow yourself to be free, because now you are becoming to realize that what your senses see or accept or whatever is not only who you are. Allow yourself to see and to become aware who you are. That's the main message.
Thank you, my dear. Nyakosa shia visho no piani kitavashono nera malakota veshno sete ilakia na zevashono saveshna te sevasana milana itavekia savashna te inkiasana se tiavashono tave ena niana niato oma itavashono ta iakia sha sevashona te atorokoshe semasete yashana se. I love and honor all of you and your work and that and our work together and our work together. And I want to thank all of you for your love and your support and participation. Go ahead, Dolores.
Those codes and frequencies came from the most higher level, from the from 10th level of our existence, and were very, very much precisely and very strong and very soft, as you said just before, feminine, with feminine sounds or with feminine expression, but very, very strong and very supportive.
And think about the maternal energy, the mother energy, that one mother energy. And actually, Beck said that earlier today when she was doing her light languages. She said, "What did you call it? The creator mother."
And I keep getting this nut through. I think it's an Egyptian. I don't know if it's the mother or father energy, but I think it's the cosmic.
Cosmic. That's what you said. The cosmic.
Yes.
And
yes,
so that's
yes,
what I
yes.
said that. And think about the maternal energy, the mother, the divine mother, that idea that the mother is soft and nurturing, but you don't mess with mama, right? You don't, there is no greater power than that of a mother. So when we're talking about the divine mother, I think that she was stepping in today with and through all of us, female or otherwise, to show us this strength and this power within us, this creative power within us, that it really is. And I'm reminded what Bashar said, the greatest power requires the lightest touch. So I'm going to leave that alone and leave it for all of our interpretation. And I will invite Beverly, if she wanted to say hi. Beverly, just you've been so quiet tonight and today, so I just wanted to say hello. And you don't have to talk if you don't want to. Just wanted to acknowledge that you're here and wanted to give you the opportunity. And anyone else who would like to give us any final blessings, if you care to do so. But I did want to open it up to Beverly first, just to see if she had anything to say at all. And if you don't, you can say no.
I unmuted you.
There she goes. Okay.
Hi.
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 Hello, dear. Hi.
I'm loving just listening. I feel so mellowed out. It's like,
Yay.
it's like a lot coming my way. So it sort of like mellowed me out. I can imagine that that's what it's like if I took some wacky backy or something. I just feel like, ooh. Feel like I've got growing pains.
Well, growing pains are good. I used to tell my kids that all the time. It's just growing pains.
Growing pains. Yeah. I keep getting a rising feeling when I hear everybody's light language. I get a rising feeling from within.
Well, that's a very beautiful way to put it. I appreciate that. I mean, because I can feel it just as you say it. So that's a very simple but lovely way to put it.
Yeah, that's all I can describe it. And it's like sometimes I want to speak, but something inside me holds me back. I'm quite happy.
Do you mean light language specifically or just in general? Speaking in general?
Both.
Both?
In general as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay too. Sometimes I feel that a lot too. I've even expressed that sometimes I'll want to make a video or but it's just something it just isn't. It just isn't either. It's almost like my throat chakra is not, it's not that it's not open, it's just maybe it's just not the right time, or is there something that needs to be moved, or I'm not sure. And it's okay. It's about honoring that. It's about being okay with that and not saying I should be something I'm not, or feel something I don't, or so it's nice to honor that, and it all will release when it needs to.
All will be revealed at the right time. That's what
Exactly.
I keep saying. It's okay. It's okay when I'm ready.
Exactly. And it will. It's all. And I said that, I even typed that to somebody today in a private message. And I said, all in perfect timing, because sometimes, and I will use her metaphor, that when we were in the butterfly sanctuary, and sometimes we aren't okay with the amount of time it takes for us to spend in our cocoon before our wings are fully formed. And sometimes we have to remember, much like that feeling that we get in our throat, if somebody tries to poke the hole too soon, and the butterfly can't fly because they're just not ready yet. Their wings are not formed yet. They're just not ready. We don't do it a service by poking the hole and helping it get out. It just doesn't work that way. So we have to honor that process. And sometimes we feel like we're in that cocoon a lot longer, in that feeling for a lot longer than we prefer. But we need to honor that. Sometimes we cannot define the length of time that it takes for us to realize what it is, whatever it is that we need to in that moment. So be patient with yourselves, allow your cocoon time, enjoy it, relish it, just be in it, be with it, do what you need to do, we eat chocolate and drink tea, and and so it's about nurturing that and being okay with it, and being okay with being tired, being okay with being just not feeling like yourself, because we're creating the new version of ourselves, that new butterfly self. And it takes cocoon time, you guys. Just be okay with it. Just be okay with it.
I did have one dream this week. Before I had the dream, I don't know what I was watching or looking at, a picture, and in the picture it was like two mountains, but it was all beautiful and green coming down, and it was a real picture of the clouds being so low. And I looked at the picture and I thought, oh, I just want to jump into the cloud. You know how as a child, you're told that it's like cotton wool. And I remember thinking to myself, I just want to sit on the cloud. I just want to. And I dreamt. I was given my wish, and in my dream, I was in the cloud and the cloud was surrounding me and I wasn't falling. I was just in the cloud. It was lovely.
Well, see how you can ask for something and ask for that and ask to have that experience, and you can actually have it. So isn't that a beautiful thing? I mean, that's pretty cool.
It was.
And Bree and I have actually asked for that. When we were at the airport, we got to play in this beautiful thing called Cloudscape, and it was really just an artist, sculpture, if you will. But it was like we couldn't wait to go play in the clouds. So I think we've all felt like that. I just want to play in the clouds, and I've had dreams like that too. So, but see how your higher mind was showing you that all you have to do is ask.
Oh yeah,
that was experience it.
That was crazy weird. And then when I went into the kitchen last week, there was a tiny little feather up on my cupboard, precisely placed. And I thought somebody's put that there. So
I've been there. I've been there.
On Friday, my house helper, Sarah, comes to clean up for me, and I also work with her. And I said to Sarah, "Did you put that feather there for me to find?" She went, "No, I thought you put it there for me." I'm like, where did it come from? But it was on the shelf in the kitchen, and it was just at my eye level. For me to
I've
find.
actually said that out loud myself too. Like, okay, I know that feather wasn't there before. How did it get there? Who put it there? But again, doesn't that just go to show you though that we can't even begin to understand the power of what we have, our ability to create our reality. So what a beautiful message from your angels that you're right where you need to be.
Beverly, you might want to try.
Yeah,
you might want to try looking in a mirror and saying to yourself what you want to say, because you don't have to say it to somebody else. You can say it to yourself and let whatever come out.
That's a good idea.
I find that really hard. I mean, I don't like looking at mirrors anyway. I don't have a lot of mirrors around me. It's just like, no, don't go there. I mean, for me to be talking on here is amazing, because I find it quite difficult. Yeah.
Well, I have an exercise for you. I invite you to try it if you so desire, and this is for all of you. On my on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist, and it's called Know Thyself, and it was inspired by Bashar through Daryl Anka. There are links to the actual event in which he talked about this. I was inspired back in, I think it was 2016, to do a 7-week, 49-day, and they call it the Know Thyself Challenge. This would be perfect for you, Beverly. Perfect. Because, and I have it written in my book, all the instructions in here, but all the instructions are in the description of the videos on how to do it. And I guess that's why you brought it up, because all you have to do is every morning and every evening, right before, like upon wake, whenever you have time, but you do it once in the morning, once in the evening. And all you do is every day is set up different, Monday through Sunday. And each one is laid out, designed in which each day is laid out. The things that you say are designed to be in the order of the things we cannot live without as humans. The beginning, so the first one's air. We humans cannot. So basically all you're doing, like on day one, on Monday, for example, is you look in the mirror and there's 3 things you just say to yourself in the mirror. It takes like 5 seconds. You're done. That's it. That's all you got to do. Telling you guys, after, it's the weirdest thing, how weird it is, how hard it is to go, oh yeah, I need to do that thing in the mirror, and how you want to cheat, but you can't cheat yourself, right? So you want to cheat and not do it, and it's the funniest thing because it only takes a couple seconds. But how weird it is, how hard it is for us to look ourselves in the eye, in the mirror, and do anything at all, let alone talk to ourselves. And it's something as simple as, I'm trying to think what Monday is, if I could look it up really quick, but like Monday, it's, you know, I don't even remember see, I haven't done it in so long, I forgot the order in which they were in. So
Well, it's like I am loved, I am
loved, I am supported, I am nurtured, and that's
right.
it. That's it. You're done. But see how, but every day is different. And then some days you have to drink a little water. Some days you have to take a bite of food. Some day, each one is laid out for things that we need. And some of it's love and nurturing, and some of it's, so I invite you, if you want to, and all of you, to check it out and give it a try. It's out there for a reason, because even I need to remind myself these things, and because a self-talk, negative self-talk is so easy for us, but positive self-talk is really hard, and it shouldn't be that way. And so this is why I really liked it. And the funny thing is that to do it for 7 weeks, 7 days a week for 7 weeks, is a commitment to yourself, to know thyself more fully. So not just you, Beverly, not to put you on the spot, and I'm not even going to ask if you did or didn't do it, because, you know, if you want to, that's great. But to all of you who want to maybe challenge yourselves to know yourself a little bit better. And so that's funny that you brought that up, Dave, about the mirror, because that is one of the most difficult things for us to do. And there's a reason why he brought it up, because maybe it's something that might inspire you, Beverly, or somebody who may be listening or watching this later to do that. So like I said, all the information's there, the links to the actual event and the instructions on how to do it. Like I said, it's very simple. It takes a couple seconds in the morning, couple seconds in the evening, but you will find it's pretty transformational. So
it's strange that you should say that, because earlier, before you started, I had a video come through which I wasn't subscribed to, and it was a young girl. She's only about 23, absolutely amazing talk, and she was talking about how to get to your goal. But what if you don't know what your goal is? And she says people get lost in the idea of having a goal because they haven't got any systems in place. And she talked about the systems, exactly what you're saying about, in a different way, about looking in the mirror and just choosing 1 or 2 things, but carrying that out. Like today I'm going to make my bed. And every day you make your bed first thing in the morning, you know, and then tomorrow you might do something, make the bed and do something else. And you're building up this like portfolio of life, and realizing that we all do the same things. And in doing these things, they're a process to get to other things. You're building a web. Because for somebody like me, I've always been one of these people. I don't know what my goal is. Sometimes I think I do, and then it changes. And I think as well, when people come out of a long-term relationship, they don't know what their goals are anymore, because they've got to find themselves. So, you know, I'm realizing that I was led to that for a reason, and then you've just clarified it with what you said. You know,
well, I think it also points us back, as I'm thinking as you're speaking, that it points us back to, we are so goal oriented, and this is really important, that because we had this conversation earlier today, Dave and I, about how sometimes we're so busy looking about the goal that, and we don't even know what the goal is, but we're always looking, it takes us away from the now. The now. What can I do now to make myself happy? Not, we're always looking at, I'll be happy if this, I'll be happy when I do this. And it's funny that you said that about making the bed, because I am that way too, where it's one of those things where if I start my day doing that, it's this catalyst to other things.
Yeah.
And you don't realize it, that's such a simple act of making that decision to do that and then carrying it out puts us in a more forward momentum. But it brings us to the present. We're so goal forward, future oriented that we forget about, wait a minute, if I make myself happy right now, well, the future takes care of itself because the future just happened just now, your future just happened. So if you're taken care of now, your future takes care of itself. So very good point that we're also, when I feel better, when I'm healed, when I get this new job, when I find a new home, when I do this, I might be happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't work
that way.
It's the creation is a reflection of where you are in this moment. And it's in this moment that tells you if you don't like what you're seeing right now, then that's how you know you need to change your vibration to create something different. And our creation is nothing but a mirror, and it's just a mirror reflection of where we are or where we think we are in any given moment. That's it. And if we don't like it, great, then do something different. But we tend to go, I don't like this, so I'm going to stay here and try to figure out why I don't like this and how it doesn't work that way. So anyway, this is very good conversation. This is a really good conversation.
Yeah, Nikki?
Quick question.
Go ahead, Nikki.
This is to anybody.
Go ahead, anybody. I'm going to let you guys answer.
Poroso eşiğe kara kutu kuyan zaman nun tukurki eşiğe kaya darasa kurukutuk eşin darasa do şey darasa eşiğe. Roto muen san do kuruki eşiğe darasa eşiğe drea. Roto to yaşe teraka ada kurukutuko o to yaşadatak iska.
Eharawano, kihlara manate. Tiharokana antarayano, ehlikara amanata hintiki oyanataha. First, you have to be, then you can experience it. Tiharaklara ana ataha handakete. As I see it, there is no goal, as we believe that exists. Mihra ala akete anayona hatakaha. Goal doesn't exist at all. Meharaklara anta antihe eveyana kataha. Our mind needs something like goal, but there is no goal. Mihlo ara aka etanahaya et kiela harayanata. Patient is only strength that humanity needs. Evarahama okatayana lehe. Yakya atarana. You cannot do it before you can do it. Ala ara antakayaha. So be patient, maharaka, because everything that is, you already are. Maklara anta anahaya kotoho. Yahya kataha. Illusion don't allow you to see what is. Mahara ela eketro ayanahataha. Nahya eka atarananaha. Melahe melakayata. Namaste.
While you guys were talking, I was hearing coming in, as we recreate our reality, reshape it, reform it. Ilo aname esiwena ishumatekina enuatetina venu asu. And what we envision becomes ituitino vesakosane material. Elo ananoi me oyatana, yuanendekiutuyatina. Me la uesista tuti aveno me kauno. Something about like, but just because you're still seeing a lot of the old in the physical, don't focus on that. Focus on your inner vision, what Tuishani will say, and what you know to be true here. Because as you said, the illusion is sometimes very persistent, but it's still illusion. And if you know that it's illusion, then Ilo says, so don't give it any weight. Don't give it any more weight by focusing on it. And focus instead on what is here, the truth you know. What you know to be true, your inner knowingness, and allow that to show up. And as we keep giving ourselves the permission for more to show up, it will show up.
And-
And at the same time, giving ourselves permission to let go of the old illusions.
And our outer world is our reflection and is telling us where we are now in awareness, who we really are. Everything around us is our reflection. So everything that needs your intention is telling you who you really are. So pay attention for everything that you see, feel, hear, taste, or whatever. Lara anta karavana yoho, yahya katara ana, and everything is good just now, right now. Lehera antana, just as it should be. Mahlara anta anana hayokoha. Fear, it's no need to exist anymore in a way it existed till now. Nahara klara antana yoho koto ana, leia alla kiataranaha.
If you feel fear, you know that it's part of the illusion. And then if you would reframe that, what do I know to be true in that moment? What is really what is really what is really that seems to be fearful? Even if it's part of myself, even if it's something that I'm seeing in that reflection in the mirror.
With regards to mirrors and like what I tend to do to get on a more intimate level with myself is to sing love songs to myself in the mirror. So like I'll literally sing is like to myself to build that relationship and to sing into my heart, or like really empowering songs. They can even be like worship songs, because rather than worshiping an external God, you are worshiping that God within yourself, which I'm finding can be really like empowering for a really grounding, sovereign experience to anchor that power within myself. With regards to goals, I don't set any goals whatsoever. But I do paint. So the paintings I find come into play about a year later, some of the paintings when I'm manifesting. So I don't know whether I manifest via the painting or whether that's a prediction. I also do it with writing poetry. So a lot of poetry work, what I do is actually putting into form, bringing into form like a spell, I suppose, of a manifestation of what I it's usually when it's like that, it'll be something my higher self channels through for me, and then it puts it into action, and then a month or a week or whenever it decides to show up, that tends to make itself known, and then I'll be like, oh right, is that what that was? Like I wrote one before I went out of the house because I got an idea to do something, and as I did that, turned around, there was a van went past me with what one of the words meant on the poem, and I literally manifested it like that. So it had shown me what it was, what I'd done, and that was on purpose. Poroshe eke ashatare kogiasa karako toto yata ka akosho ombayasa kiti ikiata tata ikoko. Ratokote eke sheteka asakurukutu esheteraka aboreta sakurukut oyeshete asa. Rotodia shandara kuntoman eka sado eshetega soko roteke eshera sakaraka adoroto toto kurke eshetere sakarakot oshoya tata esa ekike ashataroto to yashendara dunda yaman barakutuko eka rototo tia shayato to tia saka akoroto to tia shetara sadi shadara utata rototia shata do te kika kokia oya kake eshiadara a I'm being shown as well in between the sacral and the solar, there's a point there which is like an inner sun, and it's really important to really connect with this. It's like, oh, I'm feeling it really strongly. It connects very much so with the higher heart. Seeing it as like, it's a really difficult colour to explain. It's like a copper colour, but more on the sort of sun orange kind of. I'm getting flavour rather than colour, and it's very shiny. But this is the true power centre I'm being shown. It's a sphere. We can connect to the stars. If we go out at night and connect with the stars, we can really tune into this furthermore and through to the core of the hollow earth.
Very funny you said that, Beck, because the video that we did on Monday, and I posted it yesterday, I think, was exactly what you just said about that space, that solar plexus, sun, in that same, I got exactly the same message you did, and very interesting.
Yeah, I've had that for a long time as well. I've never really related to them two chakras being separate either. I don't know whether you can relate to that.
Very interesting.
I'm getting it really strongly that there's something with the star there, a golden star and a portal. I'm seeing like a line coming through from the front outwards and one going from the back outwards as well. I'm being shown that symbol again.
And the sun, if you remember, is Earth's star. So when we're looking at the sun and connecting with the sun, just as you just said, it's like a portal, an activation portal. There's been something about the sun ever since I started speaking light languages, which is why they told me to speak light languages while I was looking at the sun. So there's this alchemy that happens with the sun and light languages, and what you're describing is what I've been receiving as well, and what was reiterated to me on Monday. So it's interesting how we do tap into these similar, fields of energy and information. And then Jody, I wanted to mention before we wrap up here, Jody said, okay, cool. That sounds like what I saw earlier. And when you were speaking earlier, Jody mentioned in the comment earlier that she was seeing that yellow orange kind of energy. So very interesting that many of us are, feeling that right now too.
And these sun codes, when you light language, because I see the codes, they look like that. So when you're channeling the sun, the Can you see those?
Yes.
That's what they look. That's what are coming down. They literally come down, tons of them, loads of them.
And I just drew that symbol with, I just drew that same symbol. And also on the way to make the video on the ground, I found a circle, this piece of metal with a circle and another circle inside of it, just like you drew.
The sun cords. I mentioned about metals before as well. There was a part in what I channeled. I think it was towards the end of it. What mentioned metals. If you have a look back on it later when you post it and see if anything more comes of that. And I'm getting the feet area. It's like they're coming up through the ground. I've been shown like a lot of vitamins and minerals actually come from the ground as opposed to our food anywhere. So I've got a feeling that's mentioned for a reason as well, and the absorption coming from the sun. And this area seems, there's something definitely in it. I'm really feeling it.
And then Temple says, when I travel, many times I travel into and through the sun to get to other realms. So do I. And that's one of the things that I learned early on when I first started speaking light languages and doing the videos, was somehow I was able to transport myself to different realms through the sunlight. And so it's very interesting that she said that. So,
you know, we travel with our light body to other places. So
well, guys, we're going on a little while, 2.5 hours here. So
we are. Before we wrap up,
yeah, go ahead.
I want to announce this because it's cool timing. I didn't even think about today being Wednesday when I was setting this up last night. So currently right now, this week on Awake TV Network, it's a rerun. We're airing reruns for seasons that have for teachers that have just completed their first season. We're airing reruns. And so we're going to be airing this week on Friday. Wendy and I did a final episode for her, episode 12 together, and we'll be airing that on Wednesday. So all day on Friday, it's going to be free to watch for public viewing. And when I set it up for today, Rochelle Burnett is her weekly shows were on Wednesdays. And I saw that our lovely Dolores here in the room did an interview with Rochelle Burnett on light language. And today, that is the episode that I picked for airing all day today. It is free until tomorrow morning, free to watch. And I'm posting it right now into the YouTube live chat, and it's an incredible interview. The things that we discuss here on Wednesdays, Wendy's channel in general, all of us going out there and sharing about light language, you both touched on some really beautiful points, Dolores, and so I was really excited that there's this opportunity to pick an episode, and I thought that was so amazing that you were on there. So I wanted to put that up for today. So that is free again, and I'm pasting the link in here. And thank you for.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well.
Yeah, it's really powerful stuff that's shared. And so other than that, I can't think of anything else immediately that I want to announce.
So I just want to say to you guys too that keep an eye on my channel. There's lots of new things going to be coming up, and Dave and I want to start doing some stuff, and I want to be doing more hangouts and do more oracle card readings and crystal stuff, and a lot of the stuff that we don't get to touch on Wednesdays because light language itself is such a big subject that I don't want to take a lot of that time up with a lot of this other stuff. But this other stuff really excites me. And it's also part of light language and how we receive information. So keep an eye out on my YouTube channel for events. We want to do more live stuff. We're going to be doing recordings and oracle card readings, and we want to really get the God and goddess energy going. And so we're coming up with ideas on how to make that more fun, and invite those of you who would like to come and be our guest and share that God and goddess energy and kind of be fun with us and dress up and bring your goddess cards and all that. So something that we're kind of in the works yet. So we're working on our schedule. For those of you that may not be familiar, Dave's grandson, he's a caregiver, full-time caregiver to his grandson, who is a quadriplegic. So he's in a wheelchair, and so he requires pretty constant care. And so our schedule is now all of that has to be taken into consideration. And I think one of the reasons that I brought that up too is that I want people to understand that, you know, we all have real lives and we do stuff and we've got stuff going on, and yet by bringing those things up, that all of you kind of know me a little bit better, what our life is like a little bit better. And that's one of the reasons why Dave, as you see, he has to get up a lot during our hangouts so that he can take care of it, address AJ. So, so I'm hoping that by even bringing that up, that people reach out to others who may have chosen journeys that may allow us the opportunity to share the spiritual information with people who may not otherwise be able to receive it. And I have to say, even my own interactions with AJ, and physically being here now has really been quite expanding and enlightening for both of us. So so anyway, I just wanted to put that out there for whatever reason, and that, I don't know, I guess I was just supposed to say it. So, so I just wanted to just reiterate that this is open to everybody, no matter where you are in your spiritual journey. This is not exclusive to anybody. So, and I just want to thank all of you for your love and your support as I have made my own personal transitions and transformations. And just to all of you for sharing this journey with me, and to offer any of you now to just give a final blessing. I think most of us have had the opportunity to talk, except for Bree. So, so maybe Bree, if we'll just let you, maybe we'll just say you can do our final blessing today. And thank you for all your work and all the links. And again, I invite you to check out my channel, check out my playlist. There's lots of stuff here, you guys, that, I've been doing this for a long time, and there's just literally thousands of things that can help you guys. And so with that said, I appreciate you spending time with me and us and Dave and Ranger and Bree, and in private sessions and in these free hangouts. And so if this information resonates with you, if you enjoy these, I am specifically grateful to all of you for sharing this out there in all of your respective places, because I just typically don't have the time to do that. And so one of the ways that you guys can share an energy exchange is to share this stuff, share these videos, let people know you're involved in this stuff, comment, send me messages, let me know you're out there. It makes a big difference to me, and it makes a big difference to Bree. Guys can always contact me directly through my website. I've got a contact page right on there. It goes directly to my email. You can donate, you can call me, contact me for services. And again, I'm in Southern Florida. So if any of you guys are in the near vicinity and want to do sessions privately, or just come and hang out, come and say hi and have dinner, that would be fun. So yeah, with that said, Bree, if you'd like to, if there's anything else, I think that's it for today. And just wanted to guys keep you posted to more new exciting things. So thanks again for joining us every Wednesday. Thanks, Bree, and we'll keep you posted on what's new. So with that said, go for it, Bree, and we'll see you guys hopefully next week. And we love you all very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Oh, that's so sweet. All right. Well, cool. Then I'm just going to say, before I close up here, I am pasting the link to the video last episode, episode 12 of Wendy's season 1 on Awake TV Network is going to be available all day on Friday for free. And I'm pasting that into the YouTube live chat so you guys can check that out if you haven't. Yeah, it was fun. We had a fun time. So for today, I'm just going to add my own light language to the incredible discussions that happened here today. Oh my gosh, as always, it's just like consciousness expanding and heart expanding. And it's so beautiful to know all of you and for all of this to be happening, for us to have these opportunities. We are so blessed. I say this almost every week, I feel like, but I really truly feel it in my heart, that we're all helping each other, and we're all in this together, and we're not alone, and I'm grateful. So thank you, and thank you for everybody watching. So
Thank you, Bree.
thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dave.
Okay. Nahanao tau hushi yo kaurenta sato shukut a tis au toto na yoshoto sototo shukuna nishio aushi na nisio hua nante shi hi shi hato wa ani xia hu tao shua na ye shiki haner shina na ya uno shi xia ya hu shana ishi ya no kai ya unisha ushu to onta yara ananayas usharanya ushoanya ko aurani shi yara now su awana rana shari nya wa anane shia ya yasha no yata yasatata yasatata yushokoto na yasaha tata yasahoto to ese toto isanaya sataya soto eshe yo soto eshe ni hia yati hisi hia yahati tia si hia yahata tia si siao oshoto te ni ayate tio te ni tia to kachisi ani hati owa ya yo soto eshe ni na osikati esi ani to oshi ya soto so shi si ya so aneti tuku to yiki yate tiki ya tao shu su yu ni yu ishi ya yu aya no yu ishi ya yu ishi ya ni ayo huti hayo hotote shi ya na hauka hanya sauka shise
WEdNesDaYs.
Inotoya itashana so tia ikiashanotoya kia. That was awesome, Bree.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bree.
Thank you. We love you. We will see you all here next week, Wednesday. Oh my gosh, that dog is so cute. Wednesday. Look at the fur. Okay. Wednesday at 3:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do these hangouts here on Wendy's channel. Check us out. Like and comment and all that good stuff people say. No, but really.
Like,
all right.
subscribe.
Yeah, there you go. Wendy's got it down. All right. Thank you, everybody. We love you.
Nice.
Love you guys. Thank
you.
you.
Bye.